Thank you guys so much for clicking on the brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about Deshaun Watson and the updated news regarding his assault charges and cases and what is going on around, the league regarding Watson. The story has gone anything but down. There has been so much more news and so much more crazy facts and descriptions and so many reports that have come out about this story. And I don't see this story ending anytime soon. I definitely see it going into the season. It could definitely go into August, September, later months into, this year. But before we hop into the content, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and slap a like on the video if you guys do enjoy it. We're on the road to 600 subscribers and every single subscriber helps. So if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Anyway, let's hop into the video about Deshaun Watson. Today marked the 14th woman to file a civil lawsuit against Deshaun Watson. She says she believes Watson is a serial predator, which is pretty harsh words to say about somebody. You really don't say that unless, it's a very serious matter. That's definitely not something that you just say randomly or to somebody. Following that report, 24 women now came forward and accused Deshaun Watson of wrongdoing. Per their attorney, Tony Busby. All 24 women haven't actually filed a lawsuit yet. There's only actually been 16. And in this tweet, it says, Watson lawyer said in a statement that one of the Texans quarterback accusers tried to blackmail him back in January, but nothing, was said about this in January. We're just bringing it up now. But Watson is now facing 16 official lawsuits, and we probably have 8 more, on the way. And that is a hefty amount of issues that he's gonna have to go through and get through, to clear his name and to resolve this issue. Watson is still denying all the allegations. His lawyer came out in a statement today and said, we are taking the allegations very seriously, but we only ask the people not only rush to a judgment, the people not to be unduly influenced by opposing counsel's antics, and that they let the fundamental fairness to both sides rule the day. I think this is a very good point and a fair thing to request from Watson's lawyer. I think we definitely should wait for both sides to be presented before we hop onto conclusions and automatically, call Watson guilty or, calling Watson not guilty. We need to let the justice system do its thing. We need to see them go to the court. We just need everything to come out. Every single woman that has something against Watson to speak out, to join the group of women that have already done so, and present all their evidence, all their claims into one, and then just, see what Watson has to say, what he has to defend himself with. And then that's when we can decide whether or not Watson is guilty and, what he did was in fact, very wrong, or if these claims are baseless and they're not exactly 100% accurate or not true, at all, and we can call him not guilty. But at the moment, there's no reason to be jumping, to conclusions on what Watson may have done or what he didn't do. Right now, all we have is accusations. We don't have evidence or anything like that. Regarding evidence, Deshaun Watson's lawyer, Rusty Hardin, and his law firm, they apparently have strong evidence showing that one of the lawsuits against Watson is false, and it calls into question the legitimacy of the other cases. Apparently, they have, proof that one case is definitely false, and they think that if they can prove that one is false, then the rest of them kind of, disappear in the wind, because if one's false, they may be able to prove, hey, these are not, really accurate either, look at this. So we'll see if they do have the evidence to prove that one of them is false and, correlate them to the other, accusations and women, in their stories against Watson. Like I mentioned before in my previous video about Watson, this is literally the worst time for him to have any of these allegations against him. And this is why many people believe that maybe this was a setup from the Texans or somebody in Houston trying to organize this coup to kind of, get Watson to stay in Houston and not be able to be traded somewhere. Benjamin Albright tweeted out earlier today, he talked with more than one team who had previously been interested in Watson, and they're moving forward without him in their plans at this point. And the quote was, for us, it's a football decision. We don't know about guilt, but we do know this won't be wrapped until the draft. And like I've mentioned before, most teams are only going to be offering stuff, this season for Watson. Free agency is already done, and by the time we get to the draft, with teams have their needs, and they're going to fill, the quarterback hole if they have one. And it's not going to give a lot of, options for Watson to actually be traded to, because a lot of teams are already going to have, their plan and their quarterback in place for the upcoming season. So with these accusations and these suits going on, no team is really going to want to take a bid on Watson right now. And teams would really like for this to play out before, they do actually, try to bid on Watson. Because for all we know, Watson could be in jail in a few months, or he could be completely innocent And, all this just slowed the process of him getting traded. Either of those scenarios are very possible at this point because we don't know exactly the evidence and what's going to actually happen in the court of law for Watson and the woman. But for right now, it does not look like Watson is going to get traded anytime soon. I would be very shocked if any team was willing to trade for Watson with these rumors and these accusations going on. I mean, it'd be horrific if a team traded for Watson and these turned out to be true and Watson could never play, in the NFL ever again. I mean, that would just be awful. And I just don't think a team is going to take that risk at this point in time. I think maybe if more research comes out, more information comes out, the NFL is doing their own investigation on this case and all these accusations against Watson. If that came back clean, then maybe a team will be able to bid on Watson and feel comfortable and feel safe doing so. But that's not going to be for a couple months. I don't think, these accusations and suits are just being filed. They haven't gone into them. They haven't actually presented the evidence. They haven't, heard it Watson's side. They haven't sat in front of a judge. They haven't done any of that stuff yet. And that thing takes a lot of time to get through. So many people are assuming that this will not be anywhere close to being done by the draft. And so that's why a lot of teams are kind of moving off of them. And maybe, come next year, after all these things are settled, teams will be interested in Watson again. Or maybe, halfway through the season, just not now or by the beginning of the season. I do not think Watson will be traded due to all of this, new drama and accusations against, the star quarterback. A lot of people are still a little skeptical of these claims. I've seen some people say, we have 24 women that are out against them, but none of them actually went to the police, the day after it happened or right when the incident happened. So there are some folks out there that are a little skeptical of it still and don't really know how legitimate the things are. But I think the best idea what to do is just kind of sit back, just let it kind of play out, and then make your assumptions, make your opinions after, we hear, all of the evidence from both sides, all the points from both sides. And that's when we'll be able to form, an accurate and educated opinion. But again, I'm hoping the best for Watson. He's always seemed like a really good role model and a really good person. And this shocked a lot of people. And I'm really hoping that, they are not true. And it'll be tough to see someone who's done a lot of great things, have this kind of dark side about them. So I'm hoping that they aren't true. And Watson, will be able to return to the football field, this upcoming year and ball out like he's always done for the Texans or, a new team. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching the video. Let me know what you guys think of the new news about Watson and where you think this is going to end up. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and drop a like on the video if you guys did enjoy it. With all that being said, I'll see you guys next time.